Hello and welcome to the Cybersecurity Insider. My name is Yigal Behar. Today is a special broadcast due to the situation with the war that broke up with uh, Ukraine and Russia. And you probably know what's going on. And I wouldn't talk about that, but I'll more focus about um, the cybersecurity side of things. And so I would like to speak about those things and let's get to the point. So we are now in battle position. Everybody should come on deck. For me, coming from the Army service, especially from the Navy, we need to go to battle position and make sure we are ready as much as we can. So let's get started. So all businesses, you need to know what's going on. You need to protect yourself, especially remote access. Limit that access. If it's a admin privilege, you need to enable MFA, what it's called, um, multi-factor authentication, and this is to ensure that you have a better protection of your systems. And I'm gonna change something here. Okay. Make sure you have enabled and of course change the passwords and limit access to internal resources, and this is very important piece. What else about that? um, Updates, you need to make sure that all the software that you have installed, anything from operating system, antivirus solution, which I'm not so we'll say confident about it to detect all those zero-day attacks. But whatever you have there, make sure it's updated, up to date with all the patches, all the installation, operating system. If you have Mac, domain controllers, anything else that you have, make sure that it's been updated to the latest versions. Sensors, anything else that you have, make sure it's updated. And the next thing is, um, you need to allow, in terms of incoming communication or outgoing communication, only allow what is needed. Services, make sure protocols, lock them down. Firewalls that you have, only allow what you need in order to operate the business. You don't need to allow everything that is there, because typically people, what they do, they will allow anything in and out, and there's no reason for a firewall. Just take out the firewall and just have a pure internet. But if you have a firewall, make sure that the firewall is enabled and you allow only what's needed. If you have all those subscriptions that allow web traffic being inspected for malware or any kind of code, malicious code, enable that. If you have intrusion protection system, enable that. You have all those features ready there, and enable them. Make sure that your firewalls are configured, but firewalls are not the only thing that we need to look at. And of course, there's other things that we need to look, but this is just to give you some ideas. And everybody is using cloud, whether it's email, like Office 365, make sure you have MFA enabled, multi-factor authentication, and you enforce it, because you can enable it but not enforce it. Although when you create an account, Microsoft will force you to configure either the phone, you need to download the app, but also make sure that you have the MFA is enforced for the user. So every time they're going to log in, it's going to ask them for these codes. Make sure it's enabled. Cloud, again, it's a topic by itself. You also need to make sure that whatever you have there, it's really what you need and it's locked down. Now, visibility. Now, when I say visibility, you need to know what's going on your network, um, in terms of communication in and out, what's going on the workstation, what's going on the servers. If something is wrong there, you need to know about it. You need to make sure that you're getting the alerts that you need to get. If you have a team of security team, they need to have those kind of visibility. If you need the tools, get the tools. If you need consulting, get the consulting. Get whatever you need in order to get that visibility. Collecting logs, turn on logs. You have a security logs in a domain controller, make sure they turn on and you get those alerts to a central location like a SIM that will allow you to correlate information. And this is something that everybody needs to do and have. I mentioned intrusions. So you need to be prepared for intrusions. So let's say an intrusion happened. What do you do? Okay. You need to set up a team that will be able to respond. If you're using an outside vendors or one vendor, whatever you have, you need to be able to communicate with them, and they can communicate with you in case something goes wrong, and prepare for it. To lock down the system, lock down the entry point, and stop the bleeding, because every minute is important. Every minute is a can make things good or bad. And we can't forget the backup and restore. I can't stress that more. You need to have a backup. I know many companies and customers that coming to us as prospects. You need to have a backup plan, and you need to test the backup. So it's not enough to have a backup, but it's also important that the backup really works. What's the point of having a backup? Do you back up from cloud to cloud? Do you back up from on-prem to the cloud? Do you back up on-prem? Because what I see often is, yeah, we have a backup and everything is back up to the cloud. Okay. And what if you need to restore? When the only backup that you have is on the cloud, how will be able to restore the backup? So let's say if you have one file, few files, 10 megabytes, it's fine. But let's say you have cable connection and the download speed is, it's not that much. Let's say 100 megabit. You're not gonna finish the restore on time. It's gonna take a long, long time, days and weeks until you restore the data. You need to have backup on-prem, not just backup on the cloud. Don't forget that. People, yeah, oh, cloud, okay, everything is on the cloud. We are happy and thinking that everything is fine. Or my costs are really low because I'm really using the cloud, the backup cloud. It's not enough. You need to have backups on-prem. Restore, you need to test the restores. Make sure you can restore files, or if you're restoring a virtual machine, or you're restoring a computer, or if you're restoring a physical server, physical machine, you need to know that you can restore that to its original state, or at least the last backup, so you won't lose that time. And you need to have enough backups, versions, so you can go back enough. So let's say if you back up for 5 days, let's say you extend it to 10 days. So you have enough time, or to go back in time, and at least not to lose so many files or data that you need. Talking about industrial control systems, and this is very important because you need to limit access. You need to make sure that the system are separated from your, let's say, the other networks, and nobody can access it. Make sure that this is been set up correctly. And after all of those things, you need to make sure that the plans that you have, if you have plans, if you don't have plans, recovery plans, contingency plans, continuity plans, however you want to call it, just have the plan and make sure that you can do it. Okay. Test the plan. Something can go wrong. It's always good to be prepared and have the plans. That's what we did in the army. We keep exercising and exercising and exercising until you get it right and you know that you did your best you can. So we're coming to closing. This is a short session. Tomorrow we're gonna have another recording. I just decided to put this out right away. Actually, I was supposed to do it like a few days ago, but I got to the point where I can do it because we are busy with other projects that we need to deliver to our customers. So review that. I'm gonna try to post it as as a as an email, but also post it in writing, so you'll have it in writing as well, so you can refer to it whenever you need. Um, this is again your host Yigal Behar from the Cybersecurity Insider. Thank you for watching, and of course, um, share, like, and subscribe. Okay, I'm gonna post it on YouTube. It's gonna go on social media. It's gonna go on email. It's gonna go in everywhere that we can. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This is Yigal Behar from the Cybersecurity Insider. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.